The 1990s in America represent a pivotal and often contradictory era in the nation's history. It was a time emerging from the shadow of the Cold War, poised on the brink of a new millennium. This period was largely defined by the leadership of President Bill Clinton. Clinton, a young and charismatic figure, took office with a promise of change and a vision for a new Democrat agenda. His presidency would oversee a period marked by several defining characteristics. These included unprecedented economic growth, significant technological advancement, and major social and political shifts that continue to resonate today. The economic landscape of the 1990s was overwhelmingly defined by prosperity. The United States experienced a remarkable period of sustained growth and expansion. This economic boom was fueled by several key drivers that reshaped global commerce. Globalization played a significant role, opening new markets and fostering international trade. The stock market experienced an unprecedented surge, creating substantial wealth for many investors. Simultaneously, the burgeoning tech industry in Silicon Valley became a powerful engine of innovation and job creation. The U.S. economy flourished, leading to impressive achievements. Unemployment rates plummeted to historic lows, providing widespread job opportunities. Inflation remained remarkably stable, ensuring that economic gains were not eroded by rising prices. Perhaps most notably, the federal budget transitioned from a significant deficit to a surplus, a rare occurrence in modern American history. This period was widely hailed as the longest peacetime economic expansion in history. It laid a robust foundation for a new era of wealth and opportunity, fundamentally altering the financial landscape for millions of Americans. The economic policies and global trends of the Clinton years created a powerful upward trajectory. The 1990s witnessed nothing short of a technological revolution that profoundly reshaped daily life. This decade saw the widespread proliferation of home computers, moving them from niche devices to household staples. These machines began to connect people in entirely new ways. Email emerged as a primary form of communication, rapidly replacing traditional letters and faxes for many. The early internet, though still in its nascent stages, began to connect individuals and institutions globally. Mobile phones, once bulky and expensive, became increasingly common, transforming personal and business communication. These technological advancements fundamentally reshaped business practices and global culture. Industries adapted to new digital tools, increasing efficiency and opening new avenues for commerce. The way people interacted, learned, and entertained themselves began to shift dramatically. This era also saw the rise of prominent tech companies that would become household names. Microsoft solidified its dominance in software. Apple began its resurgence, and Amazon emerged as a pioneering force in online retail. Together, these companies and their innovations ushered in what we now recognize as the digital age, forever changing the world. The Clinton administration implemented a series of significant policy changes that aimed to address various domestic challenges. These initiatives often sparked intense debate and had long-lasting consequences for American society. One of the most impactful was the North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA. NAFTA created a vast free trade zone between the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Proponents argued it would boost economic growth and create jobs, while critics feared job losses and environmental degradation. Its implementation marked a major shift in American trade policy. Another cornerstone of Clinton's domestic agenda was welfare reform. The Personal Responsibility and Work Opportunity Act aimed to overhaul the nation's social support systems. It introduced time limits on benefits and emphasized work requirements, fundamentally altering the social safety net. The 1994 crime bill also had profound and often controversial consequences. It expanded policing, increased funding for prisons, and introduced stricter sentencing guidelines. While intended to reduce crime, its long-term effects on incarceration rates and communities remain a subject of ongoing discussion. Not all policy initiatives met with success. Attempts at comprehensive healthcare reform, led by First Lady Hillary Clinton, ultimately failed to pass Congress. This failure highlighted the immense complexities of domestic policymaking and revealed deep divisions within the country regarding the role of government in healthcare. The post-Cold War era presented the United States with a new and complex set of foreign policy challenges. With the Soviet Union dissolved, the world order shifted, and America found itself as the sole superpower. The Clinton administration navigated this new landscape with a mix of diplomacy and intervention. One key area of engagement was NATO expansion in Eastern Europe. This move aimed to integrate former Soviet bloc nations into Western alliances, a decision that had significant geopolitical implications. It sought to stabilize the region and promote democratic values. The U.S. also intervened in the Balkans to address ethnic conflict and genocide. Military actions in Bosnia and Kosovo, often in coordination with NATO allies, aimed to halt humanitarian crises. These interventions demonstrated a willingness to use force for humanitarian purposes. Diplomacy in the Middle East was another critical focus, with efforts to broker peace between Israelis and Palestinians. While significant progress was made at times, a lasting resolution remained elusive. The administration also dealt with ongoing tensions with Iraq, including military strikes in response to Saddam Hussein's defiance of UN resolutions. Throughout these engagements, the U.S. positioned itself as a global peacekeeper and promoter of democracy. These efforts met with varying degrees of success and often generated considerable controversy, reflecting the challenges of defining America's role in a unipolar world. The legacy of these interventions continues to be debated. Despite the economic prosperity and foreign policy engagements, the Clinton era was also marked by significant political scandals. These controversies often dominated headlines and consumed much of the administration's attention. The Whitewater investigation, which began before Clinton's presidency, continued to cast a long shadow. This investigation centered on a failed real estate venture from the Clintons' time in Arkansas. It led to numerous inquiries and accusations, though no charges were ever brought against the president or first lady. The prolonged nature of the investigation fueled political polarization. However, it was the Monica Lewinsky affair that ultimately led to the most severe political crisis of the administration. Allegations of an inappropriate relationship between President Clinton and a White House intern became public, leading to intense media scrutiny and a grand jury investigation. Clinton initially denied the allegations under oath. The scandal engulfed the presidency in legal battles and relentless media attention. Ultimately, the president admitted to the relationship, leading to articles of impeachment being passed by the House of Representatives in 1998. This historic event reflected deep national divisions and a highly partisan political climate. Clinton was impeached on charges of perjury and obstruction of justice, becoming only the second U.S. president to face such action. He was subsequently acquitted by the Senate, allowing him to complete his term. Despite the scandal and impeachment, Clinton left office with remarkably high approval ratings. This outcome remains a testament to the complex and often contradictory nature of his presidency and public perception. The Clinton years represent a complex and multifaceted era in American history. It was a period defined by both extraordinary economic success and profound political scandal. This duality serves as a powerful reminder that history is rarely simple or easily categorized. The economic boom of the 1990s, fueled by technological innovation and globalization, undeniably created wealth and opportunity. Many credit Clinton's fiscal policies and embrace of free trade for this prosperity. However, critics point to growing income inequality and the long-term consequences of deregulation. The domestic policy reforms, such as NAFTA and welfare reform, continue to be debated for their long-term impact on American society and the economy. Foreign policy interventions in the Balkans and the Middle East shaped America's role in the post-Cold War world, but also raised questions about interventionism and nation-building. The political scandals and impeachment proceedings left an indelible mark on the presidency and American political discourse. They highlighted the intense partisan divisions that would continue into the new millennium. Yet Clinton's ability to maintain high public approval despite these challenges speaks to his unique political skills and the public's often nuanced view of leadership. The legacy of the Clinton years continues to be debated and reevaluated. Questions persist about the true transformative impact of his leadership and the long-term consequences of his policies. Understanding this era requires acknowledging its inherent contradictions and the lasting effects it had on the nation. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy balanced, high-quality history content, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and share your thoughts. More history documentaries are on the way,